In this video, we're going to take a look at using the Document Manager to create memberships in your store. So when we're talking about memberships, we're talking about basically designating a group of customers in your store that have access or privilege that others don't. And this could be done in a number of different ways depending on what your application is for these memberships. For example, it might be that you have special items in your store that you want to only display to those who have access to a VIP group. We'll go ahead and do that in this example here today, so you can kind of see how that looks, where literally you can create custom hidden menus for certain people in your store. The other way might be a little bit easier. Maybe you don't necessarily need the products to change in your store, but you just want to either have access or don't have access. Maybe nobody could place orders in your store unless they're involved in a group. Maybe you have a subscription that everybody has to pay into, and then once they pay and they're part of a membership, then they can shop in your store. So either way, we can get that done. This also kind of works for places that are like physical locations, like lounges and stuff like that. If maybe you have a membership that way, and so either you have access or you don't. So either way, we're going to set this up, and then you can pretty much figure out the application that you want to use once you kind of understand how memberships work. So let's kind of dive into this. There's a couple of pieces. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to head over to settings, and the easiest way to do this is to simply create a brand new customer type. So in here, and if you need some refreshers on customer types, on documents and things like that, head over to our training and just look at some of the basic skills on these areas and make sure that you're familiar with these things, because this is a little bit more of an advanced video, so we're not going to really stop and explain how some of this stuff works. So on the customer type here, we have an adult use, and that's what we're going to base this membership on. We're going to say that this is for our adult use customers that want to maybe join a VIP club, right? So we'll do VIP adult use here as our new customer type. So there, and then I'm just going to really quickly do a configuration here because it says not configured. So I'll just change like some of this stuff here. We'll just make it exactly the same as what our normal adult use customer type is. There we go. So now that's configured, and we'll go over here. So now we have our customer type. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Documents Manager. Now, as you already probably know, the Documents Manager exists so that we can define specific documents for specific customer types. So, you can see in here that a state license is required for distributors, for example. Right? So for our adult use, we're going to create something called an agreement. And you can name this whatever you want. Again, I'm just using an example here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to apply this to the VIP adult use customer, and then we're going to make it required so that way if this isn't uploaded and current, then the customer will not be able to place orders. All right, so that's what that does there. So then we're going to go ahead and details, and the only other thing we're going to do here is we're going to apply an expiration date. So that way we can automatically expire people out of the membership when we want to. And there we go. So that's all of the setup that we need on the customer type and the Documents Manager. Last step here is now when people actually sign up, and however you're advertising your membership, once they sign up, then we're going to come over here and we'll just select the customer. So let's just take like Ryan Reese here, right? So Ryan Reese is an adult use customer, and he just signed up for your new VIP program. And so we'll just go ahead and choose VIP adult use for Ryan, and then make sure to save it. And when you save it, it'll actually apply it. Now notice Ryan was registered and his status has dropped now to pending, so he can no longer place orders. He is in the VIP adult use program, but what's really going on here is that this agreement that we've set up here hasn't been uploaded. So there's nothing here, no expiration date, and that's stopping Ryan from being able to place orders. So what we can do is we'll just go upload here, and I'm just going to choose, basically a picture. I'll choose Ryan's own picture, right? And so now we have a file selected, and this might be anything. It could be a token like I just did, like just an image that says, okay, if I upload this, then that person has access. Or maybe you have an actual agreement that they sign and that you scan in or something like that, and then you have an actual document you can upload. Either way, we have to upload something in order to associate that a document has been uploaded here. Next, we're going to choose the expiration date, and so today is May 27th, so let's just say he has access till the end of the month. All right, so I'm going to choose that there. And the last step here is I'm just going to choose Final for the document and save it. When I do this, it actually uploads it here. It allows me to view the document if I want, so I can see that's an image that we uploaded there, as well as I've got, I can download the document as well. So that's pretty much it. From there, we'll get a register button. Once all the required documents have been satisfied here, I click registered. Ryan is back to being registered now, and now he's in my VIP adult use program. So from here, this is like your basic idea. So let's say, for example, you had a lounge and then you were looking to see if people could come into your lounge or not. Let's say you had a weekly membership. So somebody has signed up. So Ryan comes up to the door, says, I'd like to enter the lounge. You enter his name in here. You can clearly see that he is a VIP adult use customer and that he is registered. At this point, Ryan would be allowed to enter your lounge. Thank you very much. Come on in. Right. So that's a quick way that you could do that right there. And then at May 31st, if nothing had changed, Ryan would go into expired state. So June 1st, he shows up to get into the lounge, and then you have a conversation on whether he wants to re-up his membership or not. And that's how that would work. Now, specifically what you can do here for memberships that's kind of cool inside Butter is you can actually create whole menus based upon this. And we're going to look at that in a different video here. But, so tune in if you're looking for doing custom menus using memberships. Then be sure that you've seen this video first, and then you can head over and watch that. So give us your feedback on what you think about memberships, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.